Grand Rising. Today is Wednesday, August 21st, 2024, and I need you to please forgive this grainy film. If this video is difficult to watch, it is actually meant to be difficult to watch because I just want you to hear what I'm saying and not focus on what you're seeing. What I'm saying is far more important. Hello, angels. I'm Miss Quiet Queen, and you're now tuned in to the Quiet Queen Project. Welcome back to my channel once again. It's time to talk about souls. Your soul, my soul, their soul. What is soul? And what is an old soul? What is a heavy soul? What is the difference between the two? Why is it necessary to know? Why do we even have a soul? Well, then what is spirit? Aren't spirit and souls the same thing? Then what's the difference between a spirit and a soul? Against popular opinion, they're actually two different things, spirit and soul. We're going to discuss those things here in this video. As I said, don't concentrate on what you see, concentrate on what you hear. I guess it'll be okay for me to tell you something about myself, and hopefully it'll resonate. I personally have an old soul and a heavy soul. Well, an old soul is exactly what it sounds like. A soul that has been in existence for a very long time. And since time is not linear, it kind of doesn't make sense to put years, or not to label a soul in terms of earth years. When I say that I'm an old soul, just like the book that I just wrote, Secrets of the World Revealed, that you're going to purchase if you haven't already, I believe that I am part of a creation soul team. When the creator energy, the Most High, realized the existence of itself, it began to evolve because it is thought. Soul is thought. Think about that. You always hear people say, you can't destroy soul. You can't destroy energy. It's forever. Once it's there, it's there. Well, what is thought? Thought is energy. Thought is something that you cannot take back once it's thought. Once you think it, I should say, you can't take it back. It's out there. Soul began its journey by a thought from the Most High, from that energy of creation. Now I'm going to throw this in there. The energy of creation is a feminine energy. The energy of creation is a collective. Much like the halls of Amenti, well, not so much the halls of Amenti, but the Akashic records. Okay? I suppose you can call it they, the creative energy, as they, them, because you can't encompass something so great like creating everything in one entity or one energy. is so heavy. It's so powerful. It is they. So when I hear people say they want to refer to themselves as they, I can kind of understand that, but they got the wrong concept of why you would call yourself they. I am they. My pronouns are she, her, but when I am in my spiritual mode and I'm weighing in heavy on spirit, I am they. We are in me, because the collective consciousness of creation is vast, huge. Okay? So when Creator decided to incarnate, they first came in woman, and she looked like me. Not exactly like me, but you know what I mean. Oh, wow. Sorry about that, y'all. I thought I pressed pause. Anyway, lost my train of thought. Let's get back into souls. Um, Now, of course, like I said, you can automatically assume or gather what an old soul is. Like I was saying in my book, Secrets of the Real Reveal, I talk about old souls and how old souls, people who have old souls, were a part of a creation team. Remember, I used the example with like something like this is a buttress. This is the core of God. And at the seat of creation is the Most High, the energy that is nothing and everything at the same time. It is where all of whatever it is you can think of resonates from. Everything comes from this. We're using this bottle interchangeably with God's source, the creation of God, the seed of God. Everything, everyone, every animal, every insect, every thought, every feeling comes from the seed. So technically, if you really want to know, all people are related because we all come from source. Even Satan, even Lucifer, even the demons. What? God didn't create? Listen, God of creation created all of us, every thought that we think. And the reason why we are here is because God's source has the desire to evolve. It is how it is. It is the way it is. And to understand itself, come on now, to understand itself, God's source needed to be in physical form, in many different forms, speaking many different languages, living many different lives to understand itself, to evolve. Now that we are at the point where we are ascending, God is ascending. God is getting larger and larger and forever. Why do people think that God, first of all, is a He, and then second of all, um, God is forever and never needs to grow or never needs to learn? That's redundant. If God said we come from God, then how come we don't have the same attributes? We do. So it is okay to say you are godlike, that God lives in you. Old souls are like strands. So imagine this seed, and then there are strands coming from the seeds, sort of like a centipede. You know what a centipede look like? Now imagine this is a centipede, and all of its legs represents millions of souls. Each leg, each centipede leg is represents soul strands, strands of soul. Millions of them. Now each strand of soul, there's millions of souls on that strand. And then you look, remember there are millions of souls, like strand, 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 right? And then millions of souls are on those strands, each strand. And then each strand of that. And each strand of that. Okay? Does that make sense so far? Each one of us in a physical form belong to a soul strand. And everyone that was born on that strand are soul family members. You also have a death strand. There's another one. There's like, okay, so this is the seed of creation, and it's pointing upward. There's also a seed of, and then you also have, there's a seed of Mandela. It's like this, okay? So you got one up, one down, sort of like a Pisces symbol. And when I say Mandela, don't get confused with Mandela effect. Mandela is Hindu or Sanskrit. That means destroyed. It's something very colorful, and you use it to destroy, like in rituals. Okay, so yes, I guess I'm kind of saying our life and death are rituals. If you really want to go down the rabbit hole, think on that. You finished thinking on that? Yeah, so you have a soul family and you have a death family. There are people that you were born on the same soul strand with. It doesn't matter the age. And there are people that you are on the Mandela strand with, the ending, your death line. You have a death family as well, meaning there are people, you know how when people die in the same year, you notice that they said, oh, death always comes in threes. I don't really know how true that is. I used to believe it, but anyway, I don't want to digress. Those people are on the same death strand. You notice where, like, your cousin have a baby, or you're going to have a baby, and somebody else you know is about to have a baby. Those children are all born on the same birth strand. Got it? Get it? Got it? Good. An old soul that was born, an old soul, I should say, are the ones that's closest to the seed. See, that strand, that first strand had to come out. Boop, 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 boop. Can you imagine that? But what about the soul that's right next to the seed? In the book Secrets of the World, talk about these souls. There's 2,022 original souls, creator souls. 2,222. If you are among that group, you are a part of creation. Now, you could still be old even before that group, but this group is very old. I feel like I am a part of that group. Please go buy the book Secrets of the World Revealed. You won't be disappointed. Now, let's talk about the heaviness of your soul. The heaviness of your soul. That's very interesting. See, I have a heavy soul as well. But just because you have an old soul doesn't mean your soul is heavy. What in the world do I mean by heavy? I'm going to give you some physical examples. And when I say heavy, I mean physically heavy. If you could pick soul up, you can't physically do this, but if you could pick soul up, you won't be able to pick up some people who have heavy souls. I mean, you can't pick a soul up anyway, but woo, and my breathing is starting to get shallow and heavy because I'm speaking about this and I'm really sincere. It is almost 4 a.m. and I have a lot to say. Spirit woke me up and said, Queen, get up, get up, get up, go say this. I often get ideas and downloads at this time, at this hour, but I usually lie in my bed and I go over the information in my head. And then when I am ready to get up, I forget most of it. And Spirit let me know we can't keep giving you or allowing you to have these thoughts and downloads if you don't get your behind up and talk about it. At least I should get a recorder or something, record on my phone so I won't forget. But anyway, it's very important when you get downloads, uploads, what have you, to record it. You don't have to share it, but just you need to remember it. So that's why I'm here. I guess the best way for me to explain what a heavy soul is to give you an example. How do you feel sometimes when you are really, really tired? Have you ever felt so tired where you feel sluggish and you move slow? Or can you imagine seeing somebody pulling something heavy? It just moves really slow. People who have heavy souls tend to be really laid back, calm for the most part, but will turn up in 3.3 seconds. I'm trying to put into words, find the right thoughts to really explain how my soul is heavy. And when I say heavy, that's not a negative thing. Heavy means wisdom. If your soul is heavy, you're solid with information. And a lot of times, I don't even know where the information comes from. You may not know where the information comes from. It doesn't matter. I'll tell you where it comes from. It comes from God's source. It comes from Creator. Okay? But you're heavy. One of the ways that I activate the heaviness in my soul, I'm gonna give you an assignment to do. And after I give you this assignment, we're going to end this. All right, so you're going to take 2 picks like this, just Afro picks, right? And I want you to very gently start massaging your scalp. Go around the perimeter of your head, back, and then get at the top. I know a lot of hairstylists, they'll say, when you wash your hair, Don't wash the crown because you could tear it out. I think they need to change that because they say you can damage your hair follicles. You can damage your hair follicles. It doesn't matter which one. I think that's so asinine. Don't scratch the middle. I always want to tell whoever doing my hair, scratch the center. I don't care. That's where the soul sits. That's one of the exits of your soul. It's very important. You get in there now and just massage it gently, or you can massage it heavy, whatever you're interested in. Personally, because my soul is so heavy, I need aggression, not roughness. Even in intercourse, I like pressure. Don't don't touch me lightly. You know what I mean? I Some heavy souls need that because they're so heavy in order to penetrate, whether it's sexually, emotionally, mentally, it doesn't matter. It has to be heavy. It has to be firm to really activate my soul. I need pressure. Okay? When I'm getting a massage on my neck or my feet, I need you to put that pressure like deep, deep, deep. Even when a man penetrates me, it has to be pressure. Hard, not rough, just firm. Because my soul is so heavy. You know, nothing, it won't work. I won't notice anything. You know what I mean? So that's another way you could tell that you are a heavy soul. And when you massage your scalp, it's like activating something, spirit, something. And it's so relaxing. And after I'm done massaging my scalp, I lay back and I feel the heaviness in my body like, oh, it's so heavy. I can't move. I've always felt the heaviness, even as a child. I remember being 9 years old, 8, 9 years old, and asking my parents, why do I feel so heavy? They're like, girl, you only weigh 60 pounds soaking wet. I know, but I feel like I'm so heavy. Children have old souls too. You don't have to be an adult to finally say, oh, I have an old soul because I'm grown now. No. Some children are born in this world, like myself, with old soul, being an old, heavy soul. Right. One more thing. If you could take something like this, like one of these, and you can turn on your pine cone. Y'all, it's early and I cannot remember the name of it. What is this? Now, I want you to notice something in mine, but I'm going to show you how to turn it on first. You get something sharp, okay? Something pointy. Don't hurt yourself. Don't poke your eye out. And you go like a half an inch away from your third eye. You can activate that. You can turn it on. I've showed y'all this years ago. But you go in a clockwise motion, and then you go back in counterclockwise, and you move in and out right here. If you could see mine is wrinkled. Now what I noticed is that most people don't have a wrinkle like I do. And that always used to bother me. Even people who are much older than I am, there's no wrinkle. Most of you watching probably don't have a crease where your third eye is. I have a crease. I asked Spirit, why do I have this ugly crease? I hate that. I want to get Botox. And my Kenny told me, y'all know Kenny's my higher self spirit guide. Don't do that. If you put Botox there, you're going to be calcifying that area. Don't. leave it. Do other things. Get some um, facial tape if that's what you want to do, if you don't want the wrinkle to show. But I asked Spirit, I asked Universe, why? Why do I have this crease in my face? It's aging me. I feel like it's aging me. And Soul told me, when I mean Soul, I mean Creator told me, because you're heavy, not just physically. I'm not talking about physically. Your soul, you're heavy. And I notice I have to pay attention to myself. Pay attention to you. Notice how you feel when certain things happen. Notice the thoughts when certain things happen. Notice how you move when certain things happen. Like when I wake up, I can tell and feel I'm resting into my face. I'm resting heavy into my face. Even if I'm sitting at my desk at work or if I'm driving in a car, I rest heavy. You know, when somebody hands me something and it's soft, when they get it back, it's smashed. Because when I hold things, I'm heavy handed. When I punch people, I punch hard because I'm heavy handed. I'm heavy. My soul is resting. When my soul is comfortable and I'm at my most relaxed state, I rest so heavy into my face. I can tell that um, that crease is getting heavier. Well, my computer just yelled at me. I am running out of battery juice. I had fun talking about this. Haven't talked about this in a long time. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. Stay in the light.